finally takes off her neck rings after 5 long years of trying to resemble a giraffe. Sydney Smith, a Los Angeles resident, wanted a longer neck, not for any person but to resemble her favorite animal, giraffe. Sydney had always loved giraffes ever since she was a little girl and wanted to pay tribute to her favorite creature on the planet and decided to elongate her neck. Her obsession started at a young age and showed no signs of slowing down. She even carried around a stuffed giraffe purse, which means the world to her. The woman says that she never went anywhere without her giraffe purse. Sydney was determined and did some research on how to elongate her neck. She stumbled upon an article about where Giraffe women wear rings around their neck to make it long. There are many theories around why the women wear them. Some say it would protect them from the tiger aiming for the neck. And others speculate it would keep rival tribes from abducting the women by lessening their beauty. Most likely would be the opposite, the sheer beauty and pride in emphasizing the women's necks, giving the Giraffe a divine grace. Sydney Smith tried the cultural practice and achieve her goal. When Sydney decided to start elongating her neck, she started with just a couple of rings. Over time, she planned to add more rings as her neck got longer. Sydney did her research and discovered that the process could be unsafe, but she didn't care. The rings don't elongate the neck at all. Instead, the elongation occurs due to the weight of the rings that push the collarbone down, which compresses the rib cage. The difference between her and the Giraffe women wearing the rings is that the latter began this ritual at a very young, before their bodies had physically matured. Because Sydney's body had matured for the 25-year-old, the process proved to be more difficult for her. However, she kept going, and as the woman kept adding more rings, there were more problems to face. Because of her obsession, Sydney was featured in Ripley's Believe It or Not comic books. It was clear her story was unique enough, and from then on she became a little more well-known as her story reached worldwide attention. She used to post on her social media page whenever she added a new ring. Her coils were changing her appearance, but it was also taking a toll on her body. She had a total of 15 rings around her neck, and they weighed a total of 5 pounds. Carrying around 5 pounds every day for 24 hours and doing daily chores is not easy. At some point, the Giraffe woman realized that she would need to remove the rings from her neck. During an interview, she said, "I couldn't function properly as a long-neck woman with 15 rings around my neck in the United States of America." The pain wasn't just physical but emotional as well. Sydney felt isolated and introverted from the rest of society. She could no longer take the physical or emotional toll, so she finally decided to remove the coils. Even after removing them after 5 long years, the woman has maintained her persona of a giraffe woman. There were a lot of bruises on her collarbone and stiffness around her neck region, but her doctors were pleasantly surprised to see she was healing up quicker than anticipated. Sydney spoke about her neck, saying it was very weak, kind of like arms on a toothpick. Sydney says that she has no regrets about what she did. Her neck is longer than it was before she started stretching it, which is what she wanted all along. The doctors told her that her neck probably wouldn't go back to its original length, which was okay with Sydney. Just a year after she took the rings off, her doctors gave her a clean bill of health. Her neck muscles had strengthened on their own, and the bruising was gone. Fortunately, there was no long-term damage. However, Sydney Smith is not the only human being on Earth who has crossed limits to achieve their obsession. Ukrainian model Valeria Lukianova is also known as the human Barbie doll. She had always wanted to be like a Barbie doll and took the initiative to turn herself into one by spending thousands of dollars. But Valeria claims that her doll-like appearance is completely natural and only had one procedure done. Herbert Chavez, from Columbus City in the Philippines, has already undergone nose jobs, skin whitening, liposuction, jaw realignment and fillers for 18 years to make himself look like Clark Kent. The 37-year-old even wears bright blue contacts to change his eye color from brown, after falling in love with the TV program aged 5.